Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Design Forward. I am Eunice, your one and only host, and today I have Motilayo and Adeife. And this is Intern Diaries Part 2, but with a twist. So on today's episode, we're going to be talking about our various experiences from internship and up till, let's say, the levels that we are now, right? So you're going to be hearing my experience as an intern, Motilayo's experience as an intern, Adeife's experience as an intern, whether in 528 or in our previous organizations, right? So sit back, take a cup of coffee, juice, water, anyone, and enjoy the episode. So starting off strong, Adeife, I want you to give us a bit of context to how you got into interior design. How did you start? Because for everyone who does not know, Adeife did not study anything relating to interior design as a form of formal education, like for tertiary education, right? She is a geophysicist. I mean, how did they say it? Yeah, geophysicist right. By profession, and being in the interior design field now, practicing fully interior design. I just want you to give a bit of context to how did you start? How did this passion come about, and why are you even here? Right.
Okay, so I've always been interested in, well, I say the entire scope of the construction industry, from architecture to civil engineering to interior design to quantity surveying to building tech, all of that. And I've been around a lot of people that work in the field, and so I've gone to work with aunties, uncles, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, in the field. So that's what spiked my interest. But I didn't end up studying anything in that line. But then over time, let me just say the passion didn't die. So whenever I had time, I was doing something relating to design, interior design, architecture, just learning or watching videos on things like that. So I decided to intern. A particular time I had a chance. I did the internship. When I got in, I was so lost because this is not something I'd gone to school for. It's not something I in any way learned. So it was very new territory, but then I found it interesting. So I would say that zeal kept me going and helped me to learn all that I have learned today. And then deciding to get a full-time job in interior design, it really is also the passion. I've just enjoyed the industry a whole lot, and I have learned over the years, and it's been an amazing experience so far. Now as a full-on interior designer. So yeah, that's the little story.
Amazing. And I think it's a bit different for me and Motilayo because we studied architecture. So seeing someone coming from a different profession out of passion in interior design is always very amusing to me. It just shows that literally you can be anything that you place your mind to doing, right? So for you, Motilayo, give us a bit of context. How did you develop interest in first architecture, right?
How did I get into architecture?
Yeah, like what exactly? What exactly sparked your interest for architecture in the first place? Yeah.
Okay. So developed interest is not the word I'll use or the phrase I'll use. Okay. What I would say is when I graduated from secondary school, the only thing I could do well was draw on paper, and that was technical drawing. Yeah, so I felt like there's nothing I can do because I could not survive anywhere else. I knew that I could not survive anywhere else.
Do you know a funny story? Technical drawing was my favorite subject. I don't know why I didn't study architecture, to be honest. That was my favorite subject.
Is it physics? Chemistry?
No.
Don't injure me. No. So I just started studying architecture. So then, up until 300 level, becoming an intern at 528. So I'm here because it is a requirement for every 300 level student of architecture to be an intern of architecture. Yeah, practicing interior design, maybe that will be after I graduate. It could be something I would want to do. It could be, but right now I'm here because
You have to
Is there
be
requirements to get a
you have to be
certificate?
here.
Amazing. Well, that's still very interesting because, yeah, I think for most students that get into architecture, most of them actually come off the story or they come with the story of, yeah, they loved technical drawing and then that now drove them into studying architecture because they felt like there was nothing else they could do. But for me, it was a bit different. I always liked architecture, but it was because of a man. Yeah, a man. I can explain, I promise. So my technical drawing teacher, Mr. Latif, was an architect and I just loved his aura. I like the way he carried himself. I like the way he spoke to people. I love the way he saw life. He saw people. He saw buildings. And I think for a huge part of my growing up, I really liked buildings. I just was amused when I saw how you can mix cement and sand and then place them in a particular way and then it becomes this whole building, a whole structure, and then how you can bend steel, how you can bend wood to form a furniture. It was just very amusing to me. So I upon interacting with Mr. Latif and then just asking him questions every once in a while, I could tell that he was overwhelmed with the work because some days he will disappear from school, like he won't be around for like 2 months, 3 months, and then when he comes back, you're like, Mr. Latif, where did you go? I had a project I was doing, like, but I was that he was still a very calm person, irrespective, and I just felt like if maths teacher they are always flogging him, they have anger issues. No, English. They have a lot of their spirit is too much. Biology, no way. I don't want to have anything that has to do with cutting through the skin, blood. Physics and chemistry, please, why do they even exist? I know that gravity is important, but no. But architecture just felt like the right place for me. And my parents even tried to sway me. They tried to tell me that, okay, maybe I should try something in microbiology, medicine, because I was really good with my sciences, quite alright, but I just knew that it wasn't for me. So that was how I got into architecture. And then when I was 7, no, not 7, my SciWest, yes, this compulsory program, I did my SciWest, or I interned with a construction company, and I swore on my life that I will not do anything relating to construction because number one, there's just a stereotype towards women in construction generally. Now I have a different mindset. Now I actually want to practice construction, but as at then, I didn't want to practice construction also because it was very chaotic. I have very bad memories from the firm I practiced with. The owner was really, really horrible, and just being up every day by 5 a.m. and closing by 9 p.m., 10
5
p.m.
to 9,
yeah,
not 9 to 5.
not 5 to 9,
5 to
literally,
9.
not 9 to 5. So it was just very chaotic, and being under the sun, under the rain, construction must still continue, right? Because there's already a timeline, and if you don't meet that timeline, you are owing, most times the contract they sign, you're already owing the developer or the client some money, right? So it was just a lot, and I just knew that I didn't want to practice in construction. So the next option for me was either consultancy or interior design. And I knew that from university, I liked the topic of interior design, but because it's school, they won't give you like so much information about interior design. I just felt okay, I'll go and look for the next available company. So when I came to Lagos for my youth service, God being so good and kind, a friend just told me about a company that was hiring for an architect. I was like, I'm not an architect though yet. I'm still trying to, I'm just looking for a place for placements. I don't have any qualifications. Yeah, just apply and go for the interview. And luckily I came for the interview and it was really good. And it was an interview with 528. And that was how I started my journey into interior design. I remember very vividly, I stepped into 528's office at Opebi back then, and I was so mesmerized. Like, how did they think of using the colors, like the furniture placements, the wallpaper on the wall was so beautiful. Like, I was just like, nah, this is it for me. This is where I'm going to build my tent until I change my mind. So yeah, that was the journey for me, and I'm just I'm really amused by how everyone's experience is actually very very different. And for you, Motilayo, it's still an experience that you're building up, right? So my next question will now be based on your internship experience. Like you've spent roughly 6 months with us here in 528.
Yeah.
Right. So how has that been for you, especially because you're coming in as a student, or you came in as a student, literally having no idea. This is a student at number one. By force, by fire, you're doing your sideways. And then for architecture, for you, it wasn't a thing of maybe necessarily passion. It was a thing of, okay, you don't think you have any other choice. So now seeing that one aspect of architecture is interior design, and then your time in 528 over the past 6 months, how has that been for you? Like,
Okay, so my internship for almost 6 months now has been really interesting. Hard sometimes, interesting sometimes. Yeah. So like for like the first 3 months of my internship, I was on site. Because immediately I came, we had like a project that came in. Yeah, so we had to work on that project. So I was on the project for almost the whole project end. Like I left towards the end of the project. So during my time on that project, I was able to learn a lot because that was the first time I was seeing paper come to life. So it was actually really interesting. I was like, when we're doing when we're framing the profile, I was like, I told Mr. Dam that if this thing looks like what we drew, there's no way this is going to look like what we drew.
Yeah.
But like it actually does look like it looked exactly the way we drew it. So that was a very very interesting thing. And now that I'm learning design, I just discovered that I'm very not good at design. We can say woeful at design. So
no waffle.
yeah.
You can't say waffle.
So yeah, so
Everybody was. There's worse out there. Don't worry.
There's worse,
You're
right?
trying.
Yeah, there is worse out there, and there are some people that actually don't know how to draw anything at all. Like you teach and teach and teach, and then they don't know anything. And for you, you should still give yourself a lot of grace because you're still a student, right? Half of us we've graduated. I've left school how many years ago now? I'm quite old.
And a lot of what you're doing here, you're very new to everything.
Yes.
And I have the theory from school and all, but then there's still that gap between what you're learning in school and what you're applying here. So give yourself some grace.
Okay, so maybe I'm not awful. Just maybe. Yeah. So now that I'm basically just learning how to design, improving on designs. Yes, let's say improving on designs. Yeah. So that's how my 6 months have gone. 5 months, let's say 5 months right now.
Yeah, amazing. It's been really good. And my next question now is going to be to you, Adeife, because Motilayo has been under your tutelage, sort of, as his line manager. Seeing Motilayo from where he came and where he is now, how has that been for you in particular? And also, how have you seen Motilayo like grow? Like, what exactly do you think he has improved on, or his mindset? And even for you, like, I see like the best form of learning experience for me is by teaching other people. When I pour into other people, I'm able to even understand that subject matter even much better. So for you, how has that been?
So I will start with how it has been. Teaching him a couple of things. I would say every single time I have to say something out loud to him, it's like a mental reminder for me why I do things a certain way, or why this is now more like a habit for me that is so easy for me to do. When I hear myself say it out loud, because usually I'm just hear myself saying it out loud.
It's really good, by the way.
It's like a mental reminder that, oh yes, this is why I did it like this. If someone was teaching me from scratch, this is what they'll tell me. So I remind myself. Sometimes I could have forgotten maybe just small things that you're just used to doing, all of that, and you remember that, oh yeah, this is why you do it like this. For instance, today I was telling him about doing 2D layouts, and I don't think I've ever said it out loud why I use certain symbols in my designs. And saying it out loud today was like a mental reminder that, oh yes, this is why I do it. I haven't said that in a while. I'm just used to doing it. And so it's just a constant process of learning. So it's been amazing, really. Teaching Motilayo in particular has been good. You know, it's like, Motilayo is a good, should I say learner? You're a good student. You're a good student. But
I knew it.
but you're also you're a good student. So let me. I'm actually not even lying. You're actually a really good student. It's been really nice working with you and seeing you grow from. Also, one thing I've noted is you've become more and more optimistic about the design or architecture line. It's more of let me keep on going. First off, because I have to, but secondly, it's better that I do good work when I'm asked to do work, that type of thing. So yeah, it's been an amazing experience so far. I think you've learned a lot. You have a lot to learn, but you've also learned a lot. So
yeah, so give yourself grace, really.
So I have another question for you.
Okay.
About your time. It's been 6 months here. So what has the project management experience that you've gathered while you're here, what has it taught you? What are like major things that you've picked up and you'd say are very notable when it comes to project management, especially in this space?
Okay, so project management has taught me a couple of things. I worked on basically a project because the project lasted for almost two plus months. So yeah, during that time I was able to learn patience. Yeah, because you have to be patient with everything, like every single part of it. The artisans, the clients,
Even your team.
Your team members.
even yourself. Like you have to be patient inward because if you're not patient, you say something you're not meant to say. Yeah. So it's not even like when you're speaking with an artisan, like when you're speaking with your client, like you should let your clients end before you say something, because if you say something and the person has not finished, you can shoot yourself in the foot, like even money wise, like so you need to like be patient with everything you're doing when you're working on sites. Another thing I've learned is attention to detail. Yes,
Very important.
you have to really pay attention to detail, and I'm still learning that. I still have to learn that because I don't see a lot of things on sites, because like very, very small dents be like, FI will be like, why is that in there? Or BI will come to site and be like, why is that dent? I'm like, I didn't even see that. Like, I don't think the people that will use this space will see that thing.
They will see it.
There will be someone that's also as attentive.
Someone will be as attentive to that detail and pick it up.
Yeah, so I feel like I've done. And when another thing I noticed that because for me now as a person, I knew that because I don't really pay attention to details like that, it also affects the way you design, because you will not also put detail in it, because you're not really paying attention to detail in the first place. So your detail work will not be really detailed. So yeah, those are the two things I've learned. And
Anything else?
Oh, okay. There's money. Like these guys are really making the bag. I'm serious. You guys should try it. Just try for like 5 years.
Try it.
Don't try for 3
You go
months.
and
You fail if you
try
try for 3 months. But do it for like 5 years. Damn. Yeah, so that's it.
Okay, so a question for you, Eunice.
Alright.
From a design leadership perspective, what do you look out for in someone that's growing to be a designer?
Oh, amazing. So I would say for this line of work, interior design in particular, honestly, and I think it ties to any kind of work, any kind of line of work, definitely someone who is open to learning. Not just open to learning, but actually willing to learn. And a lot of people actually come, when you interview them, you're always, oh yes, I am willing to learn, I'll learn on the job, what I don't understand. But by the time push comes to shove, they're always like, please, they did not pay me for this one. I'm not a party to this, right? And I almost, because of obviously my years of experience and then my time here, and also my kind of personality, it's really easy for me to pick good eggs and bad eggs. Sorry, there are just some people that are bad eggs. Anyway, but like it's really easy for me to say that okay, I think this person will be a good fit, especially because of the work culture that we have going on in 520. So I think again, majorly it ties to the culture of that company. Some people would thrive so well here in 528 but might not do so well in another company, right? But and some people we might see them as not being cooperative with our standard here, but when they leave and go to another place, they might be really good at it. But I think one thing that ties everybody together is actually your openness and your willingness to learning the work ethics, the culture, the system of operations of that company, because their system of operation is what determines their design language, their design style, their perspective to viewing or interpreting their client's brief and all that, right? So yeah, major thing is your willingness and your openness to learn. The second thing will now be your let's say your credentials. Yeah. If I'm looking for someone to hire, obviously or if I'm looking for someone in interior design, I'm always looking for someone that has a little bit of passion for the business, because interior design is like a service business. It's not necessarily a product business. Before the product comes to play, there's a lot of servicing that has to be done. Your service comes through how you communicate with your team members and also your clients, how you interpret your client's brief, how you design, right? So before the product, which is now execution, comes to play, there's a lot of interaction that has to go on. So if I don't sense any form of passion for the business, if you're doing it for money, I can always tell, or like it's really easy to pick all those kind of persons. And then while money is a very huge factor, we cannot even downplay the fact I'm doing the business because obviously I gotta put some coins in my pockets. But if money is like the main core of what you think about because you're looking for a job, it downplays a lot of things that can happen. There's so much things that go on in business that has to do with you as a person or as a staff, or sacrificing. There's a lot of time sacrificing, a lot of moments that I'm sure Motilayo can even attest to the fact that some Saturdays you have to be on the site, some Sundays you have to maybe chip in just for a little hour or two just to go and see how something is going on, or to make sure that something is done against Monday. If the client is telling you that they're pressed for time, something has to be done in 2 weeks, somebody that is money centered would say, oh, please, they didn't pay me for that. I don't want to do that. But someone that has passion for the business and understands the nitty gritty of building such a business would take ownership of it and say, okay, if this were my business, how would I want it to play? So definitely someone with a learning mindset and also passion, but passion tying it to ownership and ownership mindset. I think those are the two major things I would say I look out for. Yeah.
So Adeife, so what advice do you have for anyone considering a career in interior design?
Run.
Simple.
What advice do I have? I think you should skill up. It would be very helpful along the way. It makes the process more enjoyable. Learning is actually very interesting, especially if you are passionate in it. Learning the different softwares and different ways, different skills that you can use to manage a project better, or you can use to design better, or you can use to communicate better, or be a better team player. Just keep learning, always skill up. To get into the industry, skill up. While you're in it, keep learning. And yeah, it would be...
Sign up for 528 Design Academy.
Wow.
This would be a smoother process with that. The other thing is, if you like sleep and air conditioning, I think you should consider the career path that you're choosing. If you like sleep and air conditioning, because you'll be on site and your sleep schedule can be all over the place. You can decide you want to sleep by 6 a.m.
Well, every job is like that if you think about it deeply.
I mean,
Every job has its
so far everywhere.
Yeah.
Yes, so choose your sofa.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
That's my advice to you. So yeah.
Ignore, please.
Okay, you want people to come and join you?
Yes, but not a lot of people. I feel like there's a lot of people now running into interior design for the cruise,
For the aesthetics.
and then they're not certified, they're not qualified to be called interior designers. But yeah, interior design is a lot of work. It's not just putting cup here, vase, then flower pots, arranging the chair, beige chair, green chair. It's not all that. There's a lot of nitty-gritty work that happens.
Yeah.
So to wrap up this session, I'm just going to ask Motilayo, what do you hope to achieve as you're nearing completion of your term? Guys, I'm going to miss Motilayo when he goes.
Are you?
But yeah, what do you hope to achieve before the end of your, or at the end of your program?
Okay. What I hope to achieve, I think it's a bit complicated, but it's not. What I want to achieve by the end of my internship is more of an overall understanding of the business of interior design, because there's no knowledge that is lost. Because I don't only do site and design. No. I used to like do item list is simple, but like there's money involved. So like I want to like learn how the whole thing happens, like how the way the money goes. I think design. I'm saying so much money. Have you? Where I think design. The design academy I attended was a very, very good place to learn all of those. So like that's basically I just want to know more about how the business of interior design is. So when I leave, I'll be able to. So
Start
it's very
making
so
your own
it's
money.
a part of my life. So that is I know that if I graduate and everything is not work out. I used to hear that life is to happen to people. So just in case anything happens, at least I can still have something to fall back on. So like no knowledge is lost. So just don't forget this laughter. Yeah. So no knowledge is lost. So I'll be able to have something to. Yeah. So I have something in my
It's actually a
head.
very solid point if you look at it. Yeah, no knowledge is lost, and you always have something. You always have something like to put your feet into, regardless whether you want to do consultancy that's advise people on, or you want to focus on just designing for people, freelancing, or you actually want to go into the business of interior design, or you want to be a product supplier in the furniture, lighting, and the like. So whatever aspect of interior design you want to focus in, great solid point. So I wish you the very best in your journey. Again, guys, I'm really going to miss Motilayo when he leaves. He just felt like part of the family when he joined us, and it's amazing. So yeah, my last and closing bit would be to anyone actually out there that is thinking about starting something and you feel like, oh, maybe you don't have enough time. Take a look at all of us. Our stories very much different from each other, and everybody's just taking it one step at a time. They're taking it one day at a time and just embracing it as it comes. It's very hard, to be honest. Like, there's no line of work, there's no line of business, there's no part of life that is not hard. But what makes it easier is just having, number one, the right environment. Number two, you yourself having the right mindset that you can do anything you set your mind to doing. And then number three, just being open-minded to embracing as much information, absorbing as much information as is necessary. And then lastly, just taking ownership of, your life and saying, this is the goal for me and I'm hitting the nail on the head and running towards it, right? So on this internship diary, I hope you learned a lot and I hope you enjoyed the session because I did and I believe you guys did too.
Yeah.
So thank you all so much for joining us and see you on the next one. Bye.